Folks, this is beanoblack, and basically what I had is, I still have it up, and this is basically where I do show all these, and what I've had to do is I've had to make it where you have to cut and paste these radiation, which is rads, and CPM, which is counts per minute of radiation, and I got a friend, and I'll put her name in here in a second, of I believe that she told me it's okay to use her stuff. Anyway, I'm just gonna show her because she's on YouTube. But this is my Supergiants, and i.e., I have never authorized this advertising up there. Okay, I don't really want to show it. Okay, now this is me, Supergiants main sequence, and you guys should, if anybody's known me for a long time from Dutch, this is my pirate channel. And what I've done is went back in here, and I've got some of these videos, and I'm going to try to rearrange so that some of the new stuff that shows the baby blue Kachina, so forth and so on. But you can send people to, I think you should be able, yeah, you should be able to read this website address here, and it'll let you know if you know anybody that's, any gals out there that are pregnant and carrying. Because the idea that, like I've advertised on here for a long time, is, yeah, okay, the rads here, dangerous above 130. Now they've got people, and even my friend that I'm going to mention her name, she's saying 100 above 300 CPM is dangerous. Okay, now that is true, but the original level for danger in this country up until the Fukufuji incident was 130 CPM, folks. Okay. Anything above 130 CPM would be considered dangerous. Now they say 300 CPM is dangerous. Any CPM for anything 3 years and younger, child, and anything pregnant or getting pregnant or thinking about getting pregnant. You better check what kind of area you're in. And yes, there's certain magnetic complexations of radiation rads. If you go to my, hang on a second, and I'll open up my beanoblack channel, because I think I still had all my stuff, the links to go to rads and stuff there. So here we are, folks, and basically over on the left-hand side on my, which basically, I think I will go ahead and hit replay on that. But you know that basically letting you know about Nibiru, and we got the baby blue Kachina. Go check that out. This is probably, and I'm really surprised we got 385 people who have looked at me just filming the moon that night. Anyway, I filmed the moon that night, working with a friend of seeing her daughter took some pictures. She did catch Jupiter. I mean, I caught Jupiter too if you watched the little video. But the most important is to go and watch this one and go back and watch, I'll hit my uploads real fast. Oh yeah, scan down here through here. The ones that you need to pay attention on, the blue Kachina, is the idea that the Chinese in their space deal caught it. So panties off the dwarf stars. Thanks, China, for giving that footage. And then it matched up with the guy that sent me the American space shuttle with astronaut Officer Scott being communicated with, and you can see it on there. And then we've got the flopper dissection from out of the China's dwarf. And you go to Antarctic, shows the baby planet, infinite positive baby second sun, and then our buddy down in Arizona, friend up there, down there, he's got a hold of it, and you can see it. And basically what started me on all this stuff was a guy over in Pleasanton, and I'm going to try to research and get him. It should be, if you can go back into my favorites and see one of the first favorited videos that I've ever showed, was got me hooked on this, that it's up there, is the idea. And then I found out about the Supergiants. So then the kid that had his dad's welding deal and went out and showed me that the idea that we had it coming down out of the sun, and I knew about Nibiru, and the idea that I opened up the Supergiants main sequence, and then we had Fukufuji, and then the radiation concerns, and then the idea, I mean, I had friends going, is it true, Ron? I mean, you really think that, because I could read data, you know, and, you know, I had a friend and her dad, you know, he's done supervisory control and data acquisition, even whether he knew it or not, by gauges and stuff that he's done in the oil fields for years. So the idea that, I said, yeah, it's right there, it's in the data, and you can go to all these links and it'll show you the radiations in the data, and so forth and so on. So, and then they've hassled Dutch, they've hassled a lot of people on the internet. Karasoff, we know about them, and now there's an example. They were worried about the asteroid belt, and you knowing about the baby blue Kachina, because this is a video that I've had on here, and I haven't went to my pirate site for a long time because I didn't feel I had any need, because I have all these radiation sites where you can go ahead and cut and paste and go and check out what's in your food. Now it is interesting because you can go to and cut these milk and food at the Japan radiation thing and everything like that. Let me show you real fast. Now here's what I've sent you people to for a long time, and now what you do is you scoot down, and this is federal site, and it's kind of basically, this is a contractor from somewhere in Japan or something like that. Okay, now don't know what they're gonna show us now, but they used to. Yeah, okay, now there is data in here. Okay, but unless they can surprise me, and they're not. I was hoping I'd go in here and see some fresh data, but this is the scary thing, folks, is they have quit showing us stuff that's in. And let me see, which one am I at right now? Because basically you'll go here and you'll be able to get milk, drinking water, air filter cartridge, and everything like that. And I want to thank the gal that she was worried about what we all are kind of worried about, these rats and stuff from Virginia, I think she's at, or something. She's East Coast. I'm just going to mention her name. But this is the deal that bothers me, is the idea that they have quit letting us know about anything from the 4th month of the year on. Okay? I gave these sites out, and matter of fact, I think that we had information from the 6th and 7th, and they've taken it out. Okay, this is air cartridge, and I think this one is air cartridge radiation analysis. Let's go to the one that's the most important for everybody, because little kids drinking milk and radiation. So let's see what the latest they've had on that. And see, this is another thing that's worried and concerned me a while ago, and I didn't make a video. And i.e. for certain reasons, because they've hassled Dutch about HARP. We know that's all true. We know this radiation's true. I just think basically the whole country is starting to wake up. I've had people overseas. I've had hundreds of countries into my website, my pirate site. So folks, I'm not going to share the overseas information, but the idea that I've had lots of people from overseas at my site. Okay, I think that the Carasoft and any government overlord over control can kind of basically control YouTube for not allowing, because if you notice, when I did my China video let me give you an example. Okay, I'll give you the example after this video is no longer available because the uploader has closed his YouTube account. Folks, I haven't closed my YouTube account, okay? You guys know that, okay? I.e. here's my account, folks. We're up and active, and you guys know that. So in a little example too, folks, I go to my channel to show you I'm still up and active, right? Now watch what, and this is the tagging that Carasoft does, okay? See that number? And I showed you in my other videos, and see up here, if you can see through this milk that they got trying to knock the channel down, there you go, they tag me. So you got to watch your tags. Okay, let me try to straighten this out. So a good example how they mess around, folks. I'm going to basically go through what I got on the channel here real fast, and basically did they knock all down on everything? Everything was going just fine, and then I started recording about rads, and let's see what happens here. Hang on. So one of my friends from Stonely's channel, and basically Dutch Sense with the C, we'll see what happens on that stuff. But her daughter, and just the idea that she went out there and probably froze her butt off or whatever last night. Okay, folks, so my channel's up still, so that when them showing you that the idea that, or showing me too, or anybody that goes to my channel, that the idea that and then here's our buddy Stonely that's been pretty much letting his site be able to, everybody out of Dutch Sense, pretty much majority is over there talking and chatting at Stonely's. So Itchy, I don't know how you pronounce how you got your, but this is her website, or male, female, I'm not actually positive on that. But she's doing what I believe a great job out there. I think that she was in, let's look at her site here real fast. Hang on, I'll pull it down. I just don't want to, until I get authorization from her to show her nameplate on YouTube and stuff. But as you can see, she's got Chile anything down here in Dutch, and then the idea that she is helping us out on letting everybody know about radiation. So check her site out. That's her address right there. She's on tube up here. You can see Itchy Vons 4s. Itchy CAX4's channel. Okay. And she's letting you know basically about, let me scoot it up. And she's being real straightforward, and she has reasons to, and everybody does. She shows out an old Fallout animated nuclear preparation film, but it's basically fact. They were worried about it during the Cold War, and I think you can see that the idea I still should have the. I've always tried to keep it over here for, yeah, nuclearcrimes.org. Now, I don't know if someone bought them out, pressured them that way, and then they sold their site out, and then they have this, but they would give a lot of stuff about food, milk, water, jet stream, and stuff like that. But you still should be able to go to the nuclearcrimes.org and get them. The Hoosen should be able to give you actual still what's going on over there, and these other links that I have on the left-hand side. It's not just the sun I was looking at before and everything. I'm going to try to keep it a little bit separate to not confuse people. But the idea that I do have the stuff for, it should load in a second for that, but the idea that most of the stuff that's up by, like this one here, okay, that's the link for the Japan, but the idea, the number one thing is to send people to my Supergiants main sequence, and this is my actual website control thing to publish and everything like that. The advertising that you see up there, I'm not authorizing that, so I guess basically I'm still basically up. And so if we want to get unlimited access or something like that, we'll try to work out something PayPal-wise in the future for everybody, and then they could just, because it'll be unlimited access, and we could just trounce this thing with radiation information and RADs and HARP and what's going on up in space and our space weather and the blue Kachina that they don't want to let anybody talk about too much, and that's why the chemtrailing is for. Also, we're in the supergiants and the suns in the supergiants, and the idea that they don't want you to see this. They are scared of you knowing. I mean, we've caught the Russians possibly giving messages back and forth with some information on Elenin data. There's all kinds of crap going on. They don't want you to see, and I know I spelled it wrong, I'm just going to leave it that way. Uploaded it that way, and they don't want you to see the baby blue planet that's out in front of the sun, folks. You get some welding goggles and you can see it. Started a video off of showing you asteroid YU-55, a guy caught it with an 8-inch telescope, that's the ending there, and going back. So the idea that, we'll see how much time I got here and try to see what I was going to originally give you guys tonight. But the idea that when I opened up, went to my pirate site, the first thing I saw was that crap about the idea that they not wanting or showing that the idea that I have my YouTube site down. So, and you've seen it. I mean, basically it was the idea that as soon as it gets done with that, but I'll make commentary here because this video is going to get down here in a minute. We're getting close to 15 minutes. The idea that my Aloraf of showing you that the idea that the asteroid belts and NASA lying to you on that Thursday commentary that they did, that show saying there's no asteroid belts near us. Well, the idea, all this stuff is close by us. So, and IE, I got a snapshot here I can show you real fast of the idea that the sun is doing an M-class, and we have more electrical magnet coming at us from outer space, gigantic waves. I mean, the sun probably farted more on, I think this was the 9th. It doesn't, because this is a snapshot that I'm looking at real fast, but I believe this was the 9th. And if you go to space weather, let me go to space weather real fast. So, yep, folks, it was the big farting on the 11th, 9. And I'll hit refresh and it should play it again. This will kick in and you will see a lot of the V action and stuff that we've been talking about up by he does a real good slow motion, or I mean they did a real good slow motion here on the beginning of it. But go there to this address because I'm going to hurry up and go show you the rest of space weather. So anyway, you can go to space weather and you'll have your solar winds and X-ray. They'll talk about the solar X-ray flares. And we got incoming CME the 9th, and kind of coming hitting us on probably the 11th and 12th, and I even think there was something on the 14th. So the idea that we got more electrical energy coming, and also I was going to let you know about the idea that if you look at their picture, This is constellations and not just the solar flare there. That solar flare, there is constellations showing up on the sun there, in that picture. So leave a disclaimer and go to space weather.